Finding Queen Boudica, the greatest archaeological mystery of Victorian London. Introduction: the search for Britain's lost warrior queen. For centuries, the legend of Queen Boudica has captivated historians, archaeologists, and enthusiasts of ancient British history. As the fearless leader of the Iceni tribe, she led one of the most dramatic rebellions against the Roman Empire in 60 to 61 AD, setting three of Rome's major British settlements, Camulodunum, Colchester, Londinium, London, and Verulamium, St. Albans, ablaze before meeting her tragic end. But while her rebellion is well documented, what remains a complete mystery is her final resting place. Did she die in battle as a warrior should? Did she poison herself to avoid Roman capture? Was she buried in a grand tomb or left unceremoniously in an unmarked grave? By the Victorian era, the question of Boudica's grave had become an obsession for scholars, archaeologists, and even railway engineers. From beneath St. Paul's Cathedral to the depths of the River Thames, speculation ran wild. Some even claimed her remains lay hidden under a busy train platform at King's Cross Station. This is the story of the great Victorian quest to find Queen Boudica, a search that, despite tantalizing clues, remains one of London's greatest unsolved archaeological mysteries. Who was Boudica, the woman who challenged Rome? Before diving into the Victorian obsession with her burial site, it's essential to understand why Boudica remains such a compelling figure. A queen betrayed. Boudica's story begins with the Romans' broken promises. When her husband, King Prasutagus of the Iceni, died around 60 AD, he had tried to ensure peace by naming both his daughters and the Roman Emperor Nero as his heirs. The Romans, however, saw this as an opportunity to annex Iceni lands outright. They flogged Boudica publicly as a warning, raped her daughters, a brutal humiliation meant to destroy the Iceni's will to resist, plundered Iceni lands, looting and enslaving its people. Instead of cowering, Boudica rallied her warriors and launched one of the greatest uprisings in Roman history, the rebellion that shook the empire. Her army, swollen to over 100,000 warriors, attacked three key Roman cities: Camulodunum, Colchester. The Roman capital of Britain was razed to the ground, its population slaughtered. Londinium, London, the wealthiest Roman city in Britain, was burned to ashes, with an estimated 30,000 civilians killed. Verulamium, St. Albans, another key Roman settlement, was annihilated. The rebellion sent shockwaves through the Roman Empire. However, it was short-lived. The Romans, despite being heavily outnumbered, used superior strategy to crush Boudica's forces at the Battle of Watling Street. Boudica's mysterious end. After her defeat, Boudica disappears from history. The two main Roman historians who recorded her rebellion, Tacitus and Cassius Dio, offer conflicting accounts. Tacitus claims she poisoned herself to avoid capture. Cassius suggests she fell ill and died naturally. Neither mentions where she was buried, leaving one of history's greatest archaeological riddles. Victorian London's obsession with Boudica's grave. Fast forward to the 19th century, when Britain was at the height of imperial power. The Victorians saw themselves as the heirs of Rome, but paradoxically, they also admired Boudica, who had resisted an empire much like their own. Her story resonated with Victorian ideals of nationalism, heroism, and female strength. She was celebrated in literature, statues, and public discourse, but the ultimate tribute, some believed, would be to find her final resting place. Could Boudica's remains lie beneath the streets of London, hidden under centuries of modern construction? Here are the most famous theories proposed during the Victorian era. Theories on Boudica's burial site. 1. Under Platform 10 at King's Cross Station, one of the most enduring Victorian myths suggests that Boudica is buried beneath King's Cross Station, specifically Platform 10. Why this location? King's Cross was believed to be the site of Battle Bridge, an ancient battlefield where Boudica supposedly made her last stand against the Romans. Victorian railway engineers uncovered unusual skeletons during construction, fueling speculation. Local legends suggested that her warriors were buried in mass graves nearby. The evidence. Despite extensive railway excavations, no confirmed burial site has ever been found. Modern historians now doubt that Battle Bridge was the actual site of Boudica's final battle. Verdict: a romantic but improbable theory. 2. Beneath St. Paul's Cathedral. Another intriguing theory suggests that Boudica was buried beneath St. Paul's Cathedral, which sits on the site of ancient Londinium. Arguments in favor. St. Paul's stands on Roman ruins, meaning Boudica could have been buried under the city she once destroyed. Some Victorian scholars believe the Romans may have built over her grave to erase her memory. The evidence. No archaeological proof has been found beneath St. Paul's linking it to Boudica. Verdict. Fascinating, but unlikely. 3. The Lost River Thames Burial. One mystical theory suggests that Boudica was buried in the River Thames itself. Why the Thames? Ancient Celtic tribes practiced water burials, considering rivers to be sacred gateways to the afterlife. Some believe her warriors laid her to rest in the Thames, possibly near Westminster or the Tower of London. The evidence archaeologists have found Iron Age weapons and human remains in the Thames, but no confirmed connection to Boudica. Verdict. A poetic but unproven theory. 4. An Iceni burial in Norfolk. Some historians argue that Boudica's people would never have left her in Roman-occupied territory. Instead, they suggest she was taken back to Norfolk, the homeland of the Iceni. The evidence. High-status female burials from the period have been found in Norfolk, but none conclusively identified as Boudica. Some burial mounds remain unexplored. Verdict. The most plausible theory, but without excavation, we may never know. Despite centuries of searching, no conclusive evidence of Boudica's grave has ever been found. Perhaps that is fitting. A warrior who defied an empire should not be easily found. Maybe, just maybe, her legend is meant to live on, unsolved, forever. What do you think? Could her grave still be waiting to be discovered? Let us know your theories.